Deli with the sauce.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Deli G, back in the studio, back in the lab, back in the home office for episode number 14 of the Deli G Show. 14. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 14. Yeah, losing track already. It's only 14 episodes. Well, guys, so today is actually September 11th as we speak, as I record. So shout out to all those emergency personnel that helped out on that day, lest we forget. And rest in peace all those people who died during that tragic moment that day. We're also less than 24 hours removed from the death of one Charlie Kirk. So if you guys have been living under a rock or you're just an ignoramus, this is a guy who made a name for himself by going around to various campus colleges, college campuses in the U.S. and trying to debate students there on various topics, some political stuff. And I'm not a political person. You guys know this is a sports talk program, so I'm not going to get into any of that political or any of that sort of conspiracy type of thing. I'll leave that to the foil hat people. That's not my shtick. But what I do want to say is, regardless of what you thought of the guy and what your opinion was on him, with me, I was raised old school Catholic. Okay, so obviously, him and I are going to share some of the same values and ethics on, family, church and state, etc. But, there's a lot of stuff that I wouldn't agree with him on that he said. And, whatever, side you're on politically, the guy didn't deserve to go out like that. So, thoughts and prayers are with his family, because it's gonna be rough for the next little while. This is all over the news and social media here in North America, and it's gonna be rough for the wife and the kids for a little while. And I understand exactly how that situation is. I'm a young father of an older daughter and a young son myself, just like Charlie. And you want to see your kids grow up to a certain point, before you pass. And it's very unfortunate that Charlie didn't make it. And he certainly didn't deserve to go out like that in broad daylight, in front of all of his supporters, and presumably his family would have been there at the event. Just a very, very unfortunate incident. And the person remains at large at this point. They're trying to capture them. No luck so far. We'll see how that goes. But in closing, condolences to the family. Rest in peace, Charlie. I'm positive your death will not go in vain. So, guys, I want to just pivot over to the professional wrestling side of things now. Just the one thing I wanted to really talk about that's been mentioned in the last week or so, because the product has been so. That Clash in Paris event, I already called it. I called it, in comments on Facebook that was a lousy card and it was a lousy pay-per-view. And we still had yet to see Dwayne Johnson involved in anything relating to John Cena after telling him to kick Cody Rhodes in the nuts at Elimination Chamber. So everybody was wondering what's going on with this guy, what happened to the guy. then he turns up in Venice for the premiere of the Smashing Machine movie that he's in. He looks significantly different than we had seen him since he was last seen at the event. And apparently he had lost quite some weight and had really slimmed down. We had seen the guy in shirts, but not really, he wasn't wearing any muscle shirts or anything that you see him in sometimes. Maybe there's a bit of sagging of the skin there after the balloons had deflated. And I think, it was Kevin Nash, I think, who spoke on this the best, that, he said you could Google it, which I'm sure a lot of people have, that, the guy went to see his cardiologist, and they told him that, his heart wasn't doing so well. So he probably needed to cut down on some things, namely steroids, and, make some lifestyle changes so you can stick around for a little longer. And that's what you see is the end result of that. So who knows if he's ever going to get back in the ring and take bumps. He's got some kind of heart issue like Triple H. Triple H ain't getting back in the ring for shit. He ain't taking no bumps. So I think Dwayne will be more than happy to take his $30 million and stay on the board of directors of TKO, and puppeteer whatever he can from his seat on the board. But you know what though? Like, if he's taking those steps to get healthy as soon and as quickly as he can to get to that point, then good on him. So hopefully he can get to a point where the doctor says, okay, your ticker is good enough to take a few bumps. You can get back in the ring. But who knows what his body's gonna look like after all that though. I don't know if we're gonna want to see him in the ring looking the way he would. And if the doctor tells him, you can't be doing crazy strength training like you were before, then that might be a problem for him. So it's gonna be an interesting thing to keep an eye on as far as how this progresses, and to see if he finally comes out saying, "Oh yeah, I was on the gas, of course," and then tells us, whatever it is that he was on. Now, the one other thing I wanted to touch on, a couple of sports-related things. In terms of the Flyers, it was said that one Kirill Kaprizov turned down a max deal offer from the Minnesota Wild. So, are we perhaps thinking that Kirill is saving himself for a reunion with a certain Russian teammate left winger that plays for Philadelphia and had a standout rookie season last year at 18 years old? Perhaps that could be it. I mean, if somehow Daniel Briere landed Kaprizov, that'd be insane. People start buying those jerseys right away for the Flyers. Oh yes, you better believe that. So hopefully that comes to fruition. I'm hoping and praying for it. Philly does have a history of landing top free agents, so hopefully this can be the next one on our list. And then, as far as the Blue Jays are concerned, they're still on a nice little run. I want them to lock down the division though, because it was getting a little close there with the Yankees. I know the Tigers are doing a good job of beating up the Yanks at this point, which is great. And hopefully they can stay beneath the Jays in the standings, so we can so the Jays, I should say, can lock down that division and then secure home field, and not have to play in an extra wild card game. More importantly, we want a real playoff berth for real playoff games and real playoff wins. More importantly, that's what this team should be trying to work towards. You don't have to win a World Series, but you gotta win a round. in order for, and then anything after winning the first round, you're just playing with house money at that point. So we'll see how far you get, and then carry it from there. I'm not sure if I mentioned this on last week's show or when it was, but that whole deal with Rhea Ripley getting mobbed by all those people in Europe, like, that was just so ridiculous. Like, these dudes need to freaking get a life, because it's still happening. I don't know why they have to, like, keep simping over these girls. Like, leave them alone. I don't get it. Get a life. You don't need to, like, mob the girl as she's, like, trying to get into her Uber. They should, but also, like, they should start getting, like, big bodyguards too. Keep those scrubs at bay. That's what they ought to do. And now the last thing I'm gonna end with is just a message of positivity and love and kindness. So guys, because of the unfortunate thing that happened to Mr. Charlie Kirk, who was a family man, a Christian man, a man who believed in God and believed in doing the right thing ultimately, because he left behind a wife and 2 young children. Guys, if anybody's out there listening to this or watching this, grab your close ones, your close family members, shoot them a text, call them up, grab them close if they're nearby, give them a hug and a kiss, or a call or a text, just to say, hey, how things are going, because you never know, here today, gone tomorrow. Unfortunately, it's really sad. But guys, if you have some time, go ahead and do that, prioritize it. On that note, Sophia and Raphael, you guys are my everything. You guys are the reason I get up in the morning. It's been a pleasure watching you guys grow up to be strong, confident leaders, just like your dad. So guys, I want you to know that your daddy loves you very much. I want you guys to continue to be good, honest people, and just like everybody else, and continue to make your papa proud, as he always is, because of you guys. And on that note, everybody else, this has been the Jelly G Show, episode 14. So we're going to see you guys back next week for 15. Until then, peace out, guys. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And make sure to come back for episode 15 of the Deli G Show. Peace out.